Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is my No Man's Land survival challenge series, and basically I'm just trying to compete as closely as I can with Chainsaw100 and Daggerwin in their multiplayer survival series. So if I just take to the air and we'll have a quick recap. So we've got the new field that we created over there, that needing ploughed, and then we'll do some stone picking, spread some lime in it, things like that. The soybean field is now ready to harvest, so we'll get the combine kicked off doing that. And our biggest cotton field, that's also ready to harvest, so I'm going to get that done first thing and just leave it to run throughout the rest of the video, and we'll see how it gets on at the end. So looking at the prices here, cotton, I think this month is at its highest value. It's currently on its way up and it's at $4,050. $4,038 is supposed to be the highest price, so hopefully we'll get that cotton field fully harvested in this episode, and then we'll get all of our cotton bales. We've got one from the other field, the cotton harvester's nearly full, so we've got at least two, so I'm expecting 4, maybe 5 cotton bales at the end of it. And also we've got our cheese to sell. It's 5,800. Highest price is saying 5,700, so that's definitely something that we'll want to get sold in this episode as well. Looking at productions, everything's going all right. We'll get some more water into the greenhouses. The wood, we've still got some trees outside the sawmill that we need to put in, so we'll get those done as well. Now the carpentry shop, there's a few small trees from that forest we cut down, they've gone in there, so it's got plenty of wood, but it is getting low on planks, so I'll probably shift a few pallets of planks across. But production's going okay there. We haven't got any grain to do. We do have that wheat. Still not sure what to do about that just yet. Wool, so I need to get all of the wool sent over. Getting a bit behind on that, and I'm thinking that whatever's left in the cotton harvester, probably I'll just stick that into the spinnery as well, just to help the tailor shop moving on. Forage, so we could do with making some more. It is full of TMR, but it needs some more silage stuck into it, so we can get that done as well. Bread's moving on all right. It's still got flour going, although that is getting low. So there are those 6 pallets outside the flour mill that eventually can go in anyway. I'm creating butter from the dairy, so that's all in preparation for when we get our sugar, and we'll start making as many cakes as we can in however many episodes we've got left. But just for now, I'm not bothering to put any eggs in or any milk, just until we get close to the time. So fabric, the tailor shop, fabric it's being made, but it's missing fabric at the moment, so we'll get that sorted out in this episode. Our methane production, I've got 2 tanker loads of methane that I can sell, but there's nothing else going in. There'll be some more manure, there might be some more slurry, and we do have those 2 trailers of silage bales that could still go in, so we can look at getting that production doing more. Gold, well, that's just as soon as we've got some stones. I don't think we're far off. Yeah, we're sort of 44 litres away from another gold pallet, so we should make that happen in this episode with the stones from the new bit of field. And then our dairy there, it's got plenty of milk, but we are doing 2 productions now, so it'll maybe use it a bit quicker. Right, so back on the ground, we'll get over to the cotton harvester, we'll get that going. In fact, I can do that from here because I'll just use courseplay for that. So I'll just go into courseplay, select this one, create a job. Right, we're going to do, I think I'll just do 1 headland. I don't think there's any need to do any more than that. It's going to do sharp corners. I'm actually going to send it anti-clockwise because of these trees in like this corner here. I think there's more room for it to turn doing sharp corners if I go anti-clockwise, and then everything else is as it needs to be. So right, we can start that job. Oh, right, so it's just started raining. So, we're going to have to stop it. Because I'm pretty sure that rain is going to reduce the yield, but for some reason Courseplay doesn't recognise it as doing such, so... Right, so I'll just leave it there, and then we'll change it to last waypoint for when the rain stops. So just looking at the weather, so it's only going to be up till about 9 o'clock sometimes, so should stop pretty shortly. So that means we can get the combine out now. Obviously we can't start it till this rain's finished, but we might as well get it prepared. We'll jump into the fence and we'll pick up the plough and we'll go and make a start on that bit of the field extension that we did last episode. Okay, so I want to run down as closely as I can to this corn crop, and then when we get to the other end I'll do this bit, and then when we get to the end we'll set it off on a worker, because I have a real fear that if I do it from just set a worker off here, it'll end up ploughing out me corn crop. So I think that should be alright just there. Right, so we'll just let a worker do the rest now. So we'll just keep an eye on it here, just make sure it turns the right way and doesn't decide to go and demolish the corn. Okay, so I think we can trust it now to do the right thing. Right, so we'll just head over here to the animal enclosure. There is a trailer full of manure which we can take over to the methane plant. So we'll do that first of all. We'll also pick up whatever pallets of wool we can get on. Right, so I'll just see you over at the production area. Okay, so that's all the wool into the spinnery now, so that can get back to doing some production. Tip this manure into the methane plant. Okay, so I'm going to head up to the store now, and I'm going to buy a bigger trailer. I'm going to trade this one in, get something a bit bigger. Someone in the comments said it could be a good idea to upgrade it. Then we could do less trips with the manure and less trips with TMR to fill up the cows. So I think it's a pretty good idea. I've had this trailer right from day one, I think, so it won't be bad to upgrade. So I might as well just repair everything. I think we repaired the Massey in the last episode, so that doesn't need doing. So we'll just repair the trailer, we'll repaint the trailer because we're selling it. And we're going to get nearly $9,000 back. So as a replacement, what should we go for? Perhaps something like this. I mean, this can hold 25 metre cubed, up to 34 metre cubed. I hope it could fit underneath the TMR mixer though. So it could also be a manure spreader, which I don't think we need. So what else have we got? I've got this one here, this Rudolph. Configuration, so we could have it extended, and that takes up to 24 metre cube, 24.5 metre cube in fact. So 36,000 with, well, yeah, with the extension 36,000, so maybe just go for that. Hopefully that'll fit under the TMR mixer. If not, we can take the extension off it. Right, so that looks like the sun's come out now. The rain stopped at least. So we'll get back down to the farm. I'm going to put a little bit of barley into the trailer for the chickens, and then we'll get those two harvesters set off. Right, so I've just put 4,500 litres in there, so we'll just get over to the cotton harvester. And we'll carry on with that. And then we'll just jump into the class here, the combine, and we'll set up a course for that, doing the soybeans. So just do one headland. We can do sharp corners. So I think that's pretty good. I'm not sure why it does these sort of diagonal lines. If anybody knows why that is, wouldn't mind finding out. think I must have had it set on doing the infield first before the headlands. So right, so let's get into the lorry here. We'll just offload this water. Okay, and I'm going to pick up the trailer, and we'll just go and put this trailer at the side of the field so that the combine's got something to unload into. And then we'll just give it back to the water tanker, ready for when we go and do the methane. Right, so back in the massey now, we'll get this barley over to the chickens and we'll finish off doing what we need to do with the animal enclosure. Right, so we'll get our 24 metre cubed of TMR in. And we may as well just fill it up again. So I think that was definitely a good idea. It's made that job a lot quicker, and we'll also be able to transport more manure each time. So I'll just switch the conveyor on. We've got 21,000 litres in there, nearly 22,000 litres. So might also almost get this filled up today. Right, so next job is to restock the silo king here, and it needs, so it's going to need hay and it's going to need silage. So we'll take out, what should we take out, 5 silage bales. Let's do 6, and then we'll take out a couple of hay bales. Right, so let's get these loaded in. I think I'll put the hay in next. And the final 2 silage bales. Might need some straw at some point, but it was full and there was a bale still in there, so I think the straw is just a bulking agent for the TMR. It's your hay and silage that does the main work. Right, so the last job, we'll just get some water for the cows, and then we can go and have a look and see how everything else is doing. I'm sure someone's going to tell me I should be getting a bigger water tanker at some point, and they're probably right. So I'll just have a quick check on the animals here. How much water have they got? Yeah, so they're going to have plenty of water. So we've got a full tanker of milk. And just looking at their prices. 2,200. Right, so actually we probably be selling the milk in this episode as well. I think we've got enough to do that. Seeing as the dairy is still full, I don't see any problem with us selling off a tanker load of milk. Right, so let's just try and get rid of this water. I think maybe the flower greenhouse will take a little bit. There we go. And we'll head over to the methane plant. We'll pick up a couple of tankers of methane and get those sold. So I just check on the grass while we're here, see how that's doing. So I think it probably has another growth stage in it. It's not quite as tall as this meadow grass, so we don't want to do anything with that just yet. Alright, so we'll get this tanker of methane up to the store and get it sold, and then when we come back down, I'll pick up one of the tractors and we'll come and get all that cheese loaded up and get that sold. Okay, so that was 41,900. So again, about the same sort of price. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go over to the animal enclosure and pick up a tanker of milk. And then on the way back, we'll get the New Holland on the trailer and get that sent over to the dairy to pick up the cheese. Alright, so there's a nice 32,000 litres of milk. See, I know I can make more money by turning it into cheese, but our production's already overwhelmed, so while the price is high, I think I'll take advantage of that and get it sold. I'll just pull in here for now. I'll get in the New Holland and get that hitched up to the trailer. And what I'll do with the New Holland is I'll just give it a destination to go to, which is about here. And fingers crossed it gets there. I'm not even going to look, see what path it takes. So that was 74,200 for all that milk. It's a pretty good bit of profit there. So we'll head up to the methane plant and start getting this refilled. Alright, so next job, we'll just jump into the forklift here and put all the cheese on the trailer. I got these stacked up at the end of the last episode off camera. I think the spawn point was about full, so I just thought I would empty it. Now that was extremely lucky, or extremely careless. Don't think I'm going to be able to recover those ones on top. Okay, so that's that done, but while I'm here with the forklift, I might just move these pallets of clothes. Okay, so I think that's all we need to do now. I might just get rid of this tanker of methane first. And then I'll refill it with water and put it back at the greenhouses. Right, so that's that full of water, stick it back in the greenhouse, and then what I'm going to do is bring that cheese up, get it sold, and take the New Holland back and get the stone picker on it, and we'll start getting those stones picked in the new bit of field. Right, so here we are. I've only got 11,000 litres of cheese, but that's still a nice bit of profit. So it looks like the combine's on its last pass, or it has at least just finished, so that's a nice little job done, and we can probably put the New Holland to work on the field with the subsoiler, getting us some more stones. Yeah, that was $64,375 there. So we're now over 1.5 million. So I think what I might just do before I do the subsoiling is we'll go and pick up all those pallets of wool and take those over to the spinnery on this trailer. So that looks like the combine's just finished now. So we'll just go and check on that and see how many litres of soybeans we got. I think I'll use the Massey for this. They take too long to bring the forklift over. Right, so I'll just deliver this to the spinnery and then we'll get back to subsoiling this soybean field. Alright, so I don't seem to have a weight anywhere. Oh, it's one on the class here. I'll just grab that weight. I'm just going to leave this out because we'll go and spread some lime with it in a bit. So it looks as though the combine's got all the bits of soybean, which is good. So let's just set this up on a course, because I know if I don't, it'll miss out this strip somewhere down here. So it's picked it up as 4 meter, I think that's right. Well, we only need to do 2 headlands. We'll do sharp corners. And I think that's everything. Right, so we'll just let that go. And then we'll go and jump into the combine and we'll get that packed away. Next job for the combine should be this corn, which I'm hoping will be next month. So we've got 31,300 litres of soybeans. That seems alright. So I'll just leave that there because I won't be able to put it back in with this combine. I'll have to use the Deutz-Fahr or something for that. But this combine's going to need a refuel, so I'll just park it up next to the fuel tank and set it off refueling. It's probably going to take a while. Alright, so we'll jump into the class. We'll get the lime spreader out. And then we'll go and get some lime spread in that new field. Alright, so it looks as though the ploughing's missed some little bits up here. I'm assuming there's going to be some stumps lying around in the ground here. Is there? Yeah, there's a stump. There's probably some more stumps in and around here. But something's causing it to not plough around here. So we'll have to do a better look. Maybe just trim the grass and have a better look. So let me just do the same as what we did with the plough. I'll just head up here and do this edge, and then spin it round and let a worker finish the rest off. Okay, there we go. It's probably going to catch up with the plough, but you know, we'll keep an eye on it, I think. So I'll just have a quick check, and for some reason the case has stopped. Don't really understand that. But it looks like we've got a couple of bales up here, so maybe that was one of the reasons that it got lost. It was because it couldn't find a path to its... Yeah, perhaps it couldn't find a path. So I'll tell you what, I'm just going to stop it. And we'll just nudge these out of the way. And I'll pick up these bits that it hasn't done. And we're probably going to have a look at a way of moving these bales out the field. So if I just stick it there and we'll set it off again. Maybe try nearest waypoint. Alright, looks like it's getting stuck again. Okay, right, so let's get over to the... We'll get into the truck here. And I think I've got a plan for how we can move these bales. There is a dedicated bale carrier, but it only carries one bale at a time, and we currently have 3 bales, so it's probably not quite ideal. So I can unfold this and have some ramps. So if I go and get into the forklift, see if I can put the forklift on here, and then we'll see if I can, because I know I can pick those bales up using the forklift one at a time from the sort of center point. So if I could drive them up the up the trailer, up these ramps. Now if I could get a bale on, just drive it right up there, then perhaps we could just stack the bales widthways along here. How do I... there we go. So we'll go and give it a try with this bale over here first, see how it works. I might just jump into the class actually and just pause it. Right, so undo the straps and we'll get into the forklift. Forgot to put the ramps down. So I think I can move these somehow. There we go. So that one moves to there, that one moves it that way. Let's try it there. That looks pretty good. So, if I pick the bale up as close to the centre as I can. If I had a telehandler, this probably wouldn't have been a problem. There we go. What a magnificently cunning plan that is. Right, so let's go and try and get these other bales. Alright, so I think we'll just park it up on top of the hill here. It looks like I might need to reset the ramps. But we'll give it a go. So interestingly, I just watched a video this morning, well, the morning I'm recording this, and it's a girl on YouTube. I think it's Ag with Emma, she's called. I think she did something with Millennium Farmer a bit ago, and she's just done a video on cotton harvesting and the difference between a cotton harvester and a cotton stripper. And it would seem as though what this case is more of a cotton stripper, and the John Deere one that creates the round bales is a cotton harvester. So I don't know, I thought it was quite interesting. She's not a bad little channel she's got going. I think she's actually a farmer herself, or from a farming family. So yeah, check that one out if you want. I can't seem to get to the ratchet straps from there, but we'll just leave these in the field and keep picking up the bales as and when they are produced. So the cotton harvester is possibly about halfway through, and it's only 2:30, so this could end up being quite a late video. I might just have to jump cut to the end to see how many bales we get. So the fent here is still working. It's not done a bad job, but I was kind of hoping I would get this stone picked and even maybe get it planted in this episode. I could possibly just sort of jump cut to the end of this ploughing job though, and then come back to you when that's done. So it looks as though the combine harvester isn't full of diesel because my diesel tank's now empty. So we'll just buy another 2600 litres. And we'll set it off refilling. So I need to start the engine to refill it. It seems quite mad. Right, I think actually, I'm not sure what other jobs we can do because everything's tied up. And this sort of brings me to a point I made maybe last video, the video before that. How we're still short on tractors even though we've got like loads. So next episode I'll be wanting to rip up this field with subsoilers, so we're going to need another subsoiler and therefore another tractor. So I was looking through tractors the other day, and I think the one I'm going to go for, and this is more just because let's have every type of tractor. So if I got the most powerful one of these, 300 horsepower, and we'll put wide tyres, we'll keep it on Trelleborg. So we put wide tyres and weights on it. No point in a front loader attacher. So that's $246,000. So let's buy that. We'll also want to get another subsoiler. So we'll get another subsoiler. And then we'll also want another weight. So we'll pick up another weight. Right, so here we are to our, this is our 6th tractor now. I mean, it's not like we haven't got the money to do it. I think at this point I'm probably, in terms of cash, I think I'm still ahead of Chainsaw and Daggerwin. I know I have more bits of land than them, and certainly got more equipment than any of them, so in terms of resale value, that's still quite a bit there. So buying another tractor isn't really an issue for me. I do have a beet harvester to buy at some point, which, well, that's going to be about $500,000. But there's not much I can do about that. So I'll just stick this subsoiler here for now. This can be like our subsoil parking area. And I'm going to go and pick up the stone picker, which is this side again. Okay, so here we are, the last pass. For some reason the workers seem to be struggling with this bit, probably just because it's half the plough, or majority of the plough isn't on the field. So I can just finish this bit off here, and then there's that small bit to do just over there where you got confused with the stumps. Okay, so that's that little bit done. I'll just nip over here now and sort out this bit down the edge here. Right, so that should be all ploughed apart from this tiny little patch here, which you can just get now. Right, so I'll just jump into the class and I'll just go and spread some lime down on this bit down here. So I'm not sure if there's going to be enough lime for it to finish this field. Hopefully there is, but I think it had about 10,000 litres when it started off, so it's used more than half of that. Right, so now I'll just get into the John Deere here. We'll get that lined up and we'll set a worker off doing this stone picking. I think I'll just follow it down this first path, see which way it turns at the end. I think we only need like 1.5 that. Well, I think we only need about 500 litres of stone to get another pallet of gold. So hopefully there's enough in here for this. Okay, so it looks like it's going to go the right way, so I think I can just leave that to do its thing. So I'll come back over here to the forklift truck because I think there's another bale somewhere in the field. There it is. Right, so hopefully I can get up the hill with this. I actually don't think I can, so I'll head down to the bottom and I'll bring the trailer down. So I'm just going to move these ramps out a little bit more. Yeah, so I just had a message there to say that the tank's empty on the lime spreader. I'm not sure how I'm getting... Oh, there we go, I've got it off. Right, so that's our 4th bale. I'm sure there'll be another one to come. Let's just switch this off and put the ramps away. Right, so it nearly finished. The store's only over there. We can probably nip through those trees. I'll go and get some more bags of lime and get this job finished. Go right, so let's get some lime. Take 18 over 18,000, so we need 9 bags. So I'll just get this refilled up and I'll join you back at the field. Okay, so we can just finish this last little bit off. Right, so that's that done, and the stone picker isn't far behind. I'm sure it'll blast through that job quite quickly. So I'll just get this part put back and then I'll go and check on the cotton harvester. I was kind of hoping I would have been able to get that field planted, but it's taken a lot longer than I thought it would. My plan is to put some oats in there because they're one of the fastest growing crops, and then once the corn is harvested, hopefully the oats will be fairly close to it, and then we can just get that whole field sorted as one in future. Alright, so that's the fertilizer spreader put back, but the class is getting a bit low on fuel, so let's get the combine put away and we'll get the Zarian filled up. It looks as though the New Holland is doing good. It's not far from being finished now. So I'll just get this class refilled, and I'm just watching the Worker C has stopped unexpectedly. Fuel tank is empty. Is that our cotton harvester? Oh dear. Right. Right, how do I recover this? I think I'm going to have to buy a fuel tanker. Well, that was unexpected. So what have I got that I can put fuel in? Do I have to buy this thing here? Have I got anything else? Don't think I have, you know. There might be a vehicle that has... I don't know if I put any mods on. Service pickup here, but it's 45,000. It would actually be cheaper to so what would that cost? 45,500. It would actually be cheaper just to buy this thing here, so it looks like we'll have to do that. Okay, well that was not what I was hoping to have to do today. So we'll jump into the Zarian and we'll head up there and pick it up and get it filled up with fuel and get that cotton harvester sorted. Never even thought to check. I mean, I could have, I suppose, but I think it would be a bit cheating if I got a worker to drive it and switch the fuel on. Then it would have got there, but no, it was my mistake, so if it costs me money, it costs me money. I think that's the first time I've ever run out of fuel in any of the farming simulator games. I mean, I can always just sell this thing straight away. It won't actually cost that much money to do that. Right, so I've got nearly 1,000 litres here. I can't imagine it's going to take more than that. Right, so that's it filled up again. I wonder how much it used. So it used about 700 litres. So I'll just get this back and try and find somewhere to park it. So I think I'll just leave this in here for now. It's about as close as I can get it in. Okay, so here we are. We're about to get our fourth bale off this field. Right, so we'll get into the forklift and we'll get this one loaded up and then we'll head up to the store, find out how much money we make. Right, so this is a little bit annoying, but I'll get it sorted out. Right, so there we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send this forklift over to the sawmill. I'll get the straps on these. Because I want to put some more planks into the carpentry shop. So we'll get this up to the store and we'll see how many 100,000 litres of cotton's going to make us. It's got to be somewhere in the region of $400,000. Alright, so here we are. Let's see how much we make from all of this. Release the tension belt. 412,000, nearly 413,000. That is an amazing amount of money. So it didn't quite pay for the cotton harvester, which is, you know, the mad thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the cotton harvester to finish off that field. I don't think we're going to get another cotton bale, but whatever's left, I'm just going to stick that into the spinnery and let it work away making more fabric. So yeah, I think that apart from putting in these planks of wood into the carpentry shop, I think that's all we've got to do. Got no idea where my forklift's going to in a... Let's get him stopped. There we go. Right. Yeah, so just got these few planks to put across, and then that's everything for this episode. So I just want to thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you could give the video a like, it would really help me out. Help YouTube recommend the videos to more people. And if you're not subscribed, would you please consider subscribing to my channel? But that's all for now. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next episode. Bye bye for now.